Hey guys, it's MOLOCH here to talk to you today about the ARTEZA pens, or ARTEZA. I don't know how you say it. I've just been seeing a ton of advertisements for these on Instagram lately, and the ads and the marketing actually look pretty cool. And they're at a really good price. I think I got this 48 pack for, I don't know, somewhere between like $30 and $40, which is pretty decent for premium art brushes. So I was curious, how do they work? What do they look like? What is the casing going to be like? So I thought I would get some and show them to you guys so you don't have to be as curious as I was. So the way that they're stored in here, I was a little bit disappointed. I mean, it's kind of nice. They're in these kind of laid out arrangements. I was kind of hoping they would be in some sort of slotted box so you could stand them vertically and just pull the color you wanted, and maybe they'd be upside down so you could just see the bottom that shows you what color they are. But I guess this is okay too. It's just going to take up a lot of space, especially if you have a lot of art equipment, to just lay them out like this. And I guess you could put them in a jar or something if you really wanted to. It looks like they've got some sort of a blender here. But if you know my style, I don't really use that much currently. So let's do a couple tests. So I'm going to be using a couple of the things I usually use. So in here, I have my Prismacolor tools. If any of you follow my art, you can find the link in the description to my Instagram. This is typically what I use as of now, is the Prismacolor Premier illustration markers. And they work pretty well for me, especially because I go really fast. And so I need something that dries fast. And that's one thing I'm worried about with the ARTEZAs for my particular style, because it says they're water-based, not alcohol-based, but also in the ad it says it dries super fast, almost instantly or whatever. So also recently I've been working with the Pentel art brush because Kim Jung-gi uses Pentel, and I'm pretty sure Yoji Shinkawa used to, and I love that calligraphic look. So that's kind of what happens when you lay it on thick. It's not exactly a super black. You can go thin strokes. Doesn't really smear. Let's check out the Pentel. Yeah, you've got that nice kind of texture that happens with Pentel. I like that. It looks like the black of Pentel is a little bit warmer than Prismacolor. Prismacolor seems to have kind of a cool gray. There's not really a lot of true black things. You can get thin with this. You can go back to thick. You have to be careful with this one because it's easier to go back to thick with this brush. So this one smears a little bit more, but it's not a horrible smear. Like if you just even waited a few extra seconds, that probably would not have happened. So now let's take a look at the ARTEZA. Oh, so it's also got a brush whose strands can kind of replicate that calligraphic stroke. Okay, I'm excited about that. It looks like they stuck together a little bit less than the Pentel one. Maybe they're less resistant. Let's try and go thin now that we went big. Hopefully I didn't wreck this brush. Let's try. Bring them together. It looks like they don't want to come all together in kind of a spiral. They kind of want to be flat. So maybe you just use one of the corner tips to kind of get thin strokes. Well, honestly, a brush should be able to do both thin and fat, depending on what you're about to use it for. I mean, with my art style, that's one of the things I would probably be looking for, unless, like with the Prismacolors, where you can get liners. I'm gonna have to check and see if ARTEZA has some liner brushes. But yeah, it looks like I'm trying, but it looks like you can't get quite as thin as Pentel or Prismacolor brushes with the ARTEZA brush. But it has that nice calligraphic, so if you're going to be filling in large areas or you want something textured, it looks like it'll be good for that. Let's make a sad house and test how this thing dries. About the same amount as Pentel. So it looks like it does dry relatively quickly, which is good to know. I'm a little sad that the brush tip has a hard time going as thin, so maybe I'll have to use it for bigger artworks or pair it with some liners to get some of the thinner strokes that I would want, which isn't a huge tragedy considering how much they cost. They cost way less than Pentel. And if I wanted to use one of these with Prismacolors, I actually would probably choose ARTEZA because it looks like they have a cool black instead of a warm black, so it would match better with all of the Prismacolor Premier products. And so if you're going to be looking for a calligraphic stroke brush to match your Prismacolors, if that's what you use, I would say that ARTEZA brushes would probably be a really good product for that, because they have a very similar value and also hue in their black. It's not exact, but it's a lot closer than Pentel. So yeah, I'd say I'm actually really surprised and impressed with these, other than the fact that you can't get a really tight thin stroke with it, but that's okay. Maybe they have other products that can do that for you. It's not a complete tragedy considering what else it looks like this brush can do. In the future, I'm probably going to be making some videos where I use these to make full pieces, so keep an eye out for that. And pretty decent brushes. I'll have to test out the colors later. Thank you for watching. Again, like and subscribe. It helps me keep going. Once I get 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to be giving a Amazon gift card giveaway. And so keep an eye out for a video once I get to that point that gives the instructions on how to enter for that giveaway. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys again.
We're gonna burn it down. Burn it down. We're gonna burn it down. Burn it down. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder.